These lights are super bright. I have ocular albinism, so these are gonna go on for this video. Hey everyone, James Rath here. This week I want to talk about the thing that has taken this country, this world by storm, and I'm sure you already know what it is, you may have played it. It's Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Go is a brand new game that is for mobile from the creators of Pokemon, but also in collaboration with Niantic, a company that was once owned by Google. The head people at Niantic started Google Maps and did all those projects and whatnot. So essentially, what they took was this idea of having a game like Pokemon incorporating into real world maps, and that's how you get the augmented reality GPS-based game Pokemon Go. It's a really cool concept, and actually playing it, it's pretty fun. It's not a perfect game by any means, but it's fun and it is a pretty solid game. I know they kind of rushed the release for the summertime, and it's been okay for the most part, but there are the server issues, and it's got it roll out to other country issues, and then just some bugs here and there. Now, I've been a long time Pokemon fan. In fact, my earliest memory is Pokemon. I walked into my living room, I was 2 years old, and I saw Ash throwing a Pokeball on screen, and I asked my brother, hey, well, probably like, what's this? And my brother is like, that's Pokemon. Honestly, Pokemon is my earliest memory, and I grew up playing blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, moving forward all the way to X, Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire, and I actually play competitive. Pokemon is one of those games that's always been visually accessible to me. Having a little bit of vision, I get off with the audio cues. I'll be honest, the text in Pokemon was hard for me to read when X and Y came out because I was playing on this guy. This is the original 3DS. It's got a 3.5-inch screen, and it's tiny as heck. So I kind of got by picking up on a little bit of the text, but mainly kind of zooming in with my phone if I needed to for the story. Then I played Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire on a 3DS XL. It was a lot more accessible to me visually with the larger screen, and that was like, such a blessing to have a 3DS XL. Anyway, for the most part, the Pokemon games are very accessible because of the way the battle is set up. I can take my time, it's not real-time reactions, it's mental thinking, it's kind of some math in there when you're playing real competitive Pokemon. So it's one of those games that you can take your time with, and it's an RPG, so it's fun. I really don't play too many video games nowadays, but Pokemon, Splatoon, Super Smash Bros., those games I do play. Smash more casually, Splatoon a lot more competitively, along with Pokemon. So when Pokemon Go was announced, I was pretty excited. I thought this might be pretty fun. And it's on mobile platforms, so I'm thinking, wow, this is probably gonna be accessible, because iOS is accessible, Android is pretty accessible, and developers just have to add a few lines of code and stuff, I assume, because I would assume Apple and Google want to make it as easy as possible to make these games and apps accessible with voiceover and Zoom and all these other speech selection, all the other things here and there is large text. So as a blind gamer, I was pretty disappointed when Pokemon Go came out, and it wasn't very accessible at all. It was straining my eyes. I would play with my friends, but I would stop playing, and they think like I'm a hardcore Pokemon fan. It wasn't even that Pokemon Go was different from the main series games that kind of turned me off. It was the fact that it had a lack of accessibility. There's no voiceover support, the large text isn't available, and it's just hard to see. I can't do speech selection to just have it read specific things on screen for me. And the zooming though does work because it's universal, built into iOS. It's pretty hiccupy on Pokemon Go. It works fairly okay in the overworld on the maps and stuff, but when I'm looking at the Pokedex and I'm looking at the bag, it doesn't let me use the zoom. I'll do the 3-finger tap, and it will start it doesn't recognize that I'm trying to zoom with 3 fingers. It'll just start recognizing one of the fingers tapping on a item. So I would all of a sudden accidentally use one of my incense or my potions or something, and that's not what I wanted to do. Or I would tap on something. I'm trying to check how many Pokemon I have seen and caught, and I wouldn't be able to because every time I'm trying to do the 3-finger tap to zoom in, it would select one of the Pokemon on the Pokedex at the bottom of the screen. So it's been pretty hard to play this game from a visual standpoint. I know other people with physical disabilities have had issues with this game, and I'll put links down below with those concerns and stuff, but from a blind standpoint, Niantic, please make this game visually accessible. I don't think it's that hard. A lot of other apps seem to do it without a problem. It's a matter of making accessibility not an afterthought. It's about incorporating accessibility with the product, and that's something that I think Apple strives with, something that Google strives with too. And it's something that I'm surprised. Niantic was once owned by Google, but I guess because Google isn't oversighting Niantic anymore, maybe that's why there is no accessibility. It's just the people at Niantic didn't really consider it. So, I mean, at this point, I've been able to reach level 20 in Pokemon Go. I have a bunch of Pokemon that are over 1,000. For the most part, my Pokedex is close to completion. It's over 2/3 of the way there. But at the same time, I still don't really have a desire to play this game too often. I'm just lucky that I live in a very urban area, being in Los Angeles and then going to Santa Monica and Venice Beach pretty often because I run into Pokemon like Dragonite, Lapras, all the fossil Pokemon. So I'm able to find these rarer Pokemon more commonly, but people who are living in more suburban areas or in rural areas with disabilities, I can't imagine how difficult it is to try and enjoy this game because you probably have Pokedex. Like, my apartment complex is a Pokestop. I don't have to leave my apartment, my room, to get a free item every 5 minutes. So that's an option that I have, but a lot of people don't have that. So this game is very inaccessible to a lot of people, and it's a shame. I really hope that Niantic considers people who have visual disabilities and people who have physical disabilities too, finding ways to make it easier to, for example, for me to throw the Pokeball. I've gotten better with it with practice, but it is pretty hard at times because my eyes, the way they move back and forth, all of a sudden the Pokemon's kind of like, I'm seeing double and then the Pokeball is seeing double. It gets very difficult at times to enjoy this game. In the meantime, Pokemon Sun and Moon are coming out for the 3DS, and it's an official Pokemon game, main series on 3DS. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll probably just play through one of the main Pokemon games in the meantime, in my spare time. So Pokemon Go, fun game, not accessible. That's all I got for this video. If you guys want to check out more Pokemon related videos on my channel, I got some of those, check them out. Leave a comment down below. Is Pokemon accessible to you? Do you have a disability that prevents you from really enjoying Pokemon Go to its fullest? Do you just not enjoy Pokemon Go? Do you enjoy it? Let me know down below. I would like to know. And, oh my gosh. Ow. This light hurts. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys next time with a brand new video. Bye.